line. So it's a big year for all of us 05s.
Players who come to the Western Hockey League obviously are interested in pursuing their hockey careers and going as far in the system as they possibly can, whether that's turning professional or other opportunities that present themselves. But the scholarship program is equally important because it gives the players an opportunity to pursue their academic goals at the same time.
I'm understanding now what the average student has to go through to graduate. The WHL provides or relieves you of that stress to allow you to succeed in the classroom.
Check out the new CHL Pick'em presented by BetRivers. It's simple to play. Log on to the CHL app, click Pick'em, and enter your weekly predictions. Lucky players will win great prizes provided by BetRivers Casino and Sportsbook. Download the CHL app.
Is it time to take your event online? Bring it to IKS Live. We've got a fully customized virtual event platform with remote guest support for your next fundraiser, talk show, conference, performance, and more. IKS Live offers live streaming to Facebook Live and YouTube and pre-recorded capabilities, both in our studio with green screen available and on location with pre-production and post-production services. Visit us at ikslive.ca.
Warriors and Broncos never seems to disappoint, and tonight was no different with a very tightly contested hockey game coming right down to the final buzzer with the Warriors pulling out a big 4-3 win over Swift Current here tonight to kick off the first half of this weekend. Home and home, it should be a great game tomorrow night in Swift Current. Let's take a look at the game scoring summary to start off the post-game show. Plenty still to come after that. We'll have the Warriors head coach Mark O'Leary joining us, as well as the out-of-town scoreboard and the 3 stars of the hockey game. But we'll start by looking at the scoring summary from this one. And the story starts with Tate Schofer getting the Warriors on the board late in the first period, his third of the season, a puck that rebounded off the post right to Schofer at the side of the net, and he buried it for his third of the season. Assist going to Cosmo Wilson and Robert Bacco. That was about 5 minutes left in the first and gave the Warriors a 1-0 lead after 2 periods of play. Then Caleb Y. Rostock got Swift Current on the board, tying the game with his 18th of the season, just 3:10 into that second period. But the Warriors strike right back. Martin Rysavy, a minute and 4 seconds later, steals it in the defensive zone and snaps home his 8th of the season. That made it 2-1 for the Moose Jaw Warriors. Then Brady Burney gets his 15th of the season, snapping a shot far side just over the glove of Jackson Unger. That came midway through the second period, tied the game back up at 2, but the Warriors responded again late in the second period. Atlee Calvert gets his 34th of the season, setting a Moose Jaw Warriors franchise record for goals scored in a single season by a Moose Jaw-born player, breaking the record set by David Baruch back in 2001-2002. That goal put the Warriors up going into the third period with 2:05 left in the second. And then early in the third period, Ryder Korzak gets the game-winning goal with his 23rd of the season, snapping one between the legs of Joey Roca, and that came 5 minutes into the period, and put the Warriors up 4-2 at that point, but only 34 seconds later, Josh Philman's 35th of the season pulled the Broncos back within 1 and made it a tight finish to this hockey game. Both teams going back and forth in the final few minutes, some pushing and shoving. We saw some physical stuff in the late part of this game. The Warriors killed off a 5-on-3 over the final 3 minutes of the hockey game. It was an exciting finish, but the Warriors hold on. Jackson Unger, big performance in net, making 36 saves on the night for the Warriors as the Broncos peppered the Moose Jaw net with a lot of shots in this one, but he comes up big for the Warriors, making 36 saves. Warriors fire 24 shots, score 4 times on Joey Roca in this one. Power play opportunities the Broncos go 0 for 3, including that 5-on-3 in the third period. Moose Jaw 0 for 1 on the night with the man advantage. So big victory here tonight for the Moose Jaw Warriors to kick off this weekend home set against the rival Broncos. These two teams will meet again tomorrow night in Swift Current for a rematch, so that should be a good one. Let's take a look at the 3 stars of the hockey game. And we'll start with Ryder Korzak. Gets a goal and 2 points, including the game winner. He's your 3rd star here tonight. Josh Philman had a goal and 2 points. His team-leading 35th goal of the year. He's got 58 points on the season, both leading the Swift Current Broncos as he's had a strong season, has the New Jersey Devils draft pick. He is your 2nd star here tonight. And 1st star, Atlee Calvert, with the record-setting night. He gets the 1st star honors with his 34th of the season, setting a Warriors franchise record for goals by a Moose Jaw-born player. So that's quite the accomplishment. The record was set a year before Atlee Calvert was born. Atlee Calvert also doing it in about 15 less games than Dave Baruch did. So big accomplishment there for Atlee Calvert. And he's your 1st star of the night here tonight. So Warriors take the 4-3 win over the Swift Current Broncos. We'll hopefully catch up with Warriors head coach Marc O'Leary here in a few minutes, and also take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard when we come back next here on IKS Media Warriors Live.
Is it time to take your event online? Bring it to IKS Live. We've got a fully customized virtual event platform with remote guest support for your next fundraiser, talk show, conference, performance, and more. IKS Live offers live streaming to Facebook Live and YouTube and pre-recorded capabilities, both in our studio with green screen available and on location with pre-production and post-production services. Visit us at ikslive.ca.
Welcome back into the Moose Jaw Event Center as we continue to recap the 4-3 win for the Moose Jaw Warriors. Let's now head down to the Warriors locker room where I'm being joined by head coach Marc O'Leary after this one. Coach, this was a tight battle here. Your team is able to get some key goals when they needed them and really stay a step ahead of the Broncos here to pull out the victory in this one.
Yeah, it certainly wasn't pretty start to finish, but I thought we dug in when we had to, especially at the end of the game. Got a little bit hairy in front of our net, but I thought we dug in and held on. And I think our best player tonight was Jackson Unger. He made some big saves, especially on the PKs late. But you have to win different ways, and tonight was certainly different. It wasn't a well executed game, but we'll certainly take the 2 points.
How much more comfortable is Jackson getting between the pipes as he gets more and more starts here for the team?
Well, I think that's just it. I think if you ask any goaltender, they just want to play games. And, you just mentioned you have to win games different ways. And as a goaltender, he's seeing different teams. There's teams that shoot everything. There's teams that are, a little bit struggling for offense, and you don't see as many pucks, but he's seeing it all right now, and it's good for his development, and he's given us a chance to win. So real happy for Jackson here tonight.
The penalty kill late in the third period, 5-on-3. How important was that for the team to get that kill to kind of seal the win here in this one?
Yeah, our kill started with our goaltender, but I thought we did a good job pressuring pucks. I think that it's just work, it's just effort. And, on a night when we weren't executing as well as we'd like with the puck, I think it's an opportunity on the penalty kill where, it's just straight work. It's details with your stick, but just work with your feet. And I thought we did that when it mattered most.
You mentioned execution a few times. Is that going to be the biggest key to clean up going into the rematch tomorrow night in Swift Current?
For sure. I think there's details as well, and whether it's our our tracking, stopping inside. There's some looks that we gave up tonight that we certainly don't need to. But I like our team. I like our chances a whole lot better tomorrow night if we can execute with the puck, and that's breakouts, that's entries, and in the offensive zone, just simple plays that we're used to making, and I know we'll make tomorrow. I just thought it was a little bit sloppy here tonight.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on the win. Good luck tomorrow in Swift Current, Coach.
Thanks, Mark.
Thanks to Warriors head coach Mark O'Leary for joining us here on the postgame show. Let's take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard to wrap things up here with a busy 9-game slate around the WHL tonight in Brandon. It's a final between the Regina Pats and the Brandon Wheat Kings. Regina picks up the 4-3 win. Connor Bedard with the winner in that one. Brandon actually outshot Regina 47-19 in the game, but come away with the loss in that game. In Prince Albert, in Saskatoon, the Blades have a 4-1 lead on the Prince Albert Raiders. That game midway through the third period, a little bit late running in that one, as the Blades have the 3-goal advantage. It's a tight one in Red Deer as the top two teams in the Eastern Conference square off. Winnipeg and Red Deer all even at 1. Ospachuk and Isley with the goals for each side in that game, and they sit tied at 1 late in the second period of that hockey game. In Edmonton, the Kelowna Rockets up 3-0 on the Edmonton Oil Kings. That game late second period as well. In Lethbridge, the Hurricanes are tied with the Kamloops Blazers 2-2. Just a late goal from Fraser Minton in that second period. Minton and Stankoven with the goals for Kamloops, Zimmer and Swetlikoff for Lethbridge, and they're tied at 2 late in the second period of that game. In Seattle, the Thunderbirds out to a 2-1 lead on the Tri-City Americans. Lambert and Schaefer with the goals for Seattle. Lupin with the goal for the Tri-City Americans. That game midway through the first period. No score between Portland and Spokane. That game also late in the first period, and just getting underway are the Prince George Cougars and Vancouver Giants there at the Langley Event Center. So you can get all your scores at WHL.ca. They'll have highlights from all the games as well, and you can get all your recaps from all of tonight's action around the Western Hockey League. For more on tonight's game from the Moose Jaw Warriors side of things, you can head over to mjwarriors.ca. The Warriors will be in Swift Current to take on the Lake Diefenbaker Slough Sharks tomorrow night, as the Broncos hold a rebrand game where they will be the Lake Diefenbaker Slough Sharks for one night only. It'll be the Warriors and Slough Sharks for the first time ever. That's tomorrow night in Swift Current. The Warriors back at home coming up on Wednesday when they take on the Brandon Wheat Kings to kick off their March schedule, and we'll have all the action here on WHL Live. Thank you for tuning in to tonight's action here on IKS Media Warriors Live.